So the Miami Heat made a very big splash very quickly into free agency by bringing in former Raptors point guard Kyle Lowry. Lowry's been linked to them for a long time. There were rumors they were going to try to get him at the trade deadline last year. Ultimately, that did not happen. They got him via sign and trade. The two players included in that were Goran Dragic and Precious Achiuwa. And Kyle Lowry is officially a member of the Miami Heat, man, today. So we're doing that rebuild today. As I'm sure a lot of you know, Kyle Lowry, unfortunately, very unfairly in my mind, does regress very quickly in this game. And yeah, man, I was kind of waiting to do this one because I thought there was still a small sliver of chance that DeMar was going to sign on like a mid-level exception there and join him, and I didn't want to have to redo it 2 days later. So here we are today. It looks like most of their big moves are done. So as I'm sure a lot of you know, there is not an updated shared file here on PS5, which sucks. It's actually one on PS4, but I guess that's just kind of how my luck goes. So I don't have every team updated. I do have the Miami Heat mostly up to date. Something that's also extremely unfortunate is that I have this file up to date, up to team options. And unfortunately, PJ Tucker retired prior to that, and I couldn't do anything about it. So we don't have PJ Tucker today, who I thought was a tremendous addition from this, from the Milwaukee Bucks team. I think he's going to help them tremendously defensively. Kyle Lowry and, him and PJ Tucker back together defensively is very scary. That Miami Heat team might be the best defensive team in the entire Eastern Conference. Hell, might be the best in the entire NBA. So we're doing this rebuild today, man. I have most of the roster pretty correct. I believe Oladipo's contract I saw is like $2.3 million, which is very weird, I would say. I mean, I get it, he had injury problems, but I feel like he maybe could have got a little more somewhere else. So we'll go from there. But before we do, as always, if you guys are new around here, man, want to subscribe to the channel, I would definitely appreciate it. I'm also going to try to keep these videos as up to date as possible. You guys are going to see this one on Thursday. I'm actually going away for the weekend, so I'm recording 2 videos right now, tonight on Wednesday night, and 2 videos tomorrow on Thursday night. So I'm going to try to do my best, man. If anything happens over that time, you're obviously going to have to wait a little bit for it, and I do apologize. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up if I do miss anything that happens or anything that gets updated throughout that time. So long-ass intro. I'm sorry. I'll see you guys in the video. So it really does honestly suck that PJ Tucker did retire here in the game. I mean, I can't really control it. We were well past the deadline where I could override it for a season. So we don't have him on today's roster. If we want to take a look at the rest of the roster right now, you can ignore Patty Mills. I know he's no longer a free agent. Fully aware he's a member of the Brooklyn Nets now. But Oladipo and Lowry going to be here as our point guards. I'm definitely going to be starting Kyle Lowry. Oladipo will be coming off the bench for me. Tyler Hero on his, Duncan Robinson on his 5-year, $90 million contract will be our starting shooting guard. Hero will be coming off the bench. Jimmy Butler will not have a backup. Keziak Paul, honestly, probably going to start for me. They also brought in Markieff Morris, which I think was actually a pretty solid defensive signing as well. Definitely can provide a little bit of scoring off the bench. Probably not as much as Marcus could have, but not bad. And then they brought Dwayne Dedmon back on a 1-year deal as well, and obviously he'll back up Bam. So it's not a bad team whatsoever. Obviously tremendous defensively. I mean, if we're not even counting PJ Tucker here, which does suck, but I'm definitely going to be starting Okpala here. Morris will get some minutes as a backup power forward. So I'll see you guys in the rotation. So we are here at the start of year number 1 for us here in Miami. I think this team's championship window is right now. Obviously they were in the finals in the NBA bubble back when, peak COVID was a thing. But I mean, whether that team in a real life situation when they're, traveling, playing on teams, different home courts and stuff like that, would have been in the finals. I don't really know about that one, but again, they didn't win it, so it really doesn't matter anyways. We're obviously looking to probably get it either here year 1 or year 2. We got a lot of old players that are pretty, unfortunately, they do regress pretty hard. I mean, Jimmy Butler by the end of this video might be down to like an 87. Lowry's probably going to be like a 77 by the time we do start even Simmons year number 2, so definitely got to worry about that, but year number 1, here's how it's going to look. Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, Keziak Paul, and Bam Adebayo. Our bench unit, Tyler Hero, Victor Oladipo, Dwayne Dedmon, and Markieff Morris. So no Tucker. I won't mention it again after this, but it really is unfortunate. He definitely would be starting for me if he didn't retire, but that's 2K for you. All right, I will see you guys at the end of year number 1. Year number 1 did not go exactly as I was hoping as we go 45-37. I don't see this team, Miami Heat team as a 45-win team. I see them more realistically, maybe around 53, 54 wins, but hey, that's 2K. Joel Embiid, first career MVP. Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year in Detroit. Precious Achiuwa, our old friend, 6th Man of the Year in Toronto. I will say, I think Precious Achiuwa, I think he's going to be good. I think he's definitely going to, he was solid in Miami. I think he's definitely going to spark a little bit more in Toronto. He's probably going to get more playing time. But I think Precious Achiuwa legitimately probably progresses a little bit unfairly in this game. I think he's good. It's not a shot at him, but by the time we do get to the 3rd season of these rebuilds, he's like a 90 overall, putting up like 22 points and 12 rebounds. I don't think he'll be doing that in 2 years, but hey, that's me. Jonathan Isaac, Defensive Player of the Year, and Onyeka Okongwu, Most Improved. Monty Williams, Coach of the Year, 54-28 for the Phoenix Suns. 4 seed. We got Milwaukee here in the first round. I feel like just every year of the playoffs, man, the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks always end up playing each other somehow. Jimmy and Bam both at 22 points a game. Honestly, a solid season from Lowry. I could actually see numbers like this from him, in his first year in Miami. Tyler Hero. I don't want to start Tyler Hero in this video, but at some point in time, I might have to. I mean, the dude progresses like Ray fucking Allen in this game for whatever reason. So yeah, it's not a shot at Duncan Robinson. It's just how progression works here in 2K, and it really is unfortunate, but got to stick with the times, man. All right, but defending NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks, Drew Holiday, Donnie DiVincenzo, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Willie Cauley-Stein. Let's go ahead and see if we can beat them. We do not. We lose in 6. I was hoping for more of a bubble result than a last year result, but nonetheless, they do beat us, and it is a Celtics-Pelicans finals. I swear to God, every time I do a free agency or post-draft rebuild, Pelicans win the finals the first year. It just always happens. League meeting time. Increase the salary cap 15 mil. That would definitely help me out, but I always reject all of those. We'll head up to the draft lottery. We have a pick from. There's no way we actually have that pick from Houston. Yeah, no, it sticks with Houston at number 3. So we might have it next year. Spo's not going anywhere. Kevin Nicholson's fine. Caron Butler, I just can't deal with a D rating. I don't want a C rating either. Dean Wesley, good ratings, and Kelly Bradley, goodbye. I mean, we are the Miami Heat, legitimately one of the biggest markets in the entire league. So Lionel Hollins has good ratings. Want to come here? I would love to have you. Owen Masters, my guy. All cool there. And one more assistant coach. I feel like there should be some better assistant coaches in this game. I feel like there's just really not a lot. Like, all right, I guess we are sticking with a C- somewhere, but I feel like there should be some better coaches, man. It's just, I don't know. First round pick department, we do have our first round pick at number 23. I'm not going to use, okay, they don't want it. So I'll draft somebody at 23 here. Again, I'm sure a lot of you know I don't know this draft class 100% well, but, backup power forward, backup center, I definitely think those are 2 options. Walker Kessler, I got him in yesterday's video, so I'm not going to get him today. Let's think. I mean, hypothetically, I have my backup point guard, my backup. I mean, I could maybe actually get a new backup point guard if I don't want to get Victor Oladipo again. All right, let's take Adam Miller. Oladipo might just end up being too expensive for me. We'll see when we get there, but again, it's just it's a contingency plan basically. Dante Moncrief vibes. No, you're a little whiter, I would say. Him and Day'Ron Sharpe. I'm going to take Day'Ron Sharpe just because he's a power forward. That could be another position we do need. I mean, he's probably going to be like a 67 overall. He's actually a 71 overall. Not bad. Adam Miller is going to be a 73 overall forward. He's getting a little bit of youth on this team. I mean, this team is kind of in a weird mix, I would say. I mean, you have some young guys. I mean, you had Precious Achiuwa, but you have like guys like Tyler Hero, Kizzy Paul, and then you have guys, and Bam Adebayo, honestly. And you have guys who are ready to win now. Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker, Jimmy Butler. So it's weird, but I get that's how a lot of NBA rosters are made up. So Kizzy Paul is definitely going to be somebody I do want to retain. Whether he's starting for me the entire video, I'm not really sure yet. Jimmy, as I mentioned, going to be getting that 4 or 5 year max contract extension. He's not going anywhere throughout this video, so he's going to be re-signing. We do have bird rights on Okpala. I'm actually going to wait on him a season, and we actually technically do have bird rights on Oladipo. So what I might do is re-sign Oladipo. I want to make it perfectly clear at this point, this is not a realistic rebuild whatsoever. So I might go ahead and do a signing trade with Victor Oladipo. I don't think that's necessarily the worst choice in the world. I think at this point, Dedmon and Morris are probably just a little bit too old for me on this team. And so we're going to get both of these guys back right here. We're going to get Kizzy Okpala back. I'm going to pay him right now. Just because, again, it's probably going to be cheaper than it's going to be next year. And, again, he won't be restricted next year. So I do want to get Adam Miller some minutes. Again, I don't mind getting younger players on this team some minutes. I think Kyle Lowry is going to start regressing a little bit. So maybe having somebody a little younger in there. I mean, Victor Oladipo is on kind of the back 9. Or not the back 9, but he's on the back 9, I would say, of his peak. I think that's a fair assessment at this point. Robinson and Hero definitely not going anywhere. So I do like Kizzy Okpala a lot, but if I can trade Victor Oladipo for a new starting power forward that's maybe a little bit better and then have Kizzy Okpala run off the bench, I think that's probably a fair route, I would say. So I'll see you guys with a potential trade. So we are going to pull the trigger on this deal right here. Victor Oladipo, I'm moving to shooting guard. He goes up 2 overalls. A first-round pick, a second-round pick, and the guy we just drafted, Day'Ron Sharpe. For PJ Washington and James Bouknight from the Charlotte Hornets, I'm very high on James Bouknight. I think the Charlotte Hornets got a steal with him. What was he, pick 11, correct? Yes. I think he's going to be very good in this league. I think with NBA spacing, it's going to help him tremendously. But I'm going to have to make a decision on what I want to do here, the shooting guard position. I mean, I could maybe move a Hero down to the backup 1 for a season and get Bouknight some minutes. I just want to play him. That's my thing. What is, or not Oladipo, what is Hero's overall if I'm moving to point guard? He's a 79. Okay, I know I said I wanted to play Adam Miller, but we're still playing a young guy here in Tyler Hero behind Kyle Lowry. So, and then Tyler Hero is obviously more of a score first, if I guess point guard, if you will say. So, Robinson and Bouknight are going to be my 2 shooting guards. We now do have to figure out a backup center. PJ Washington is going to slide into that starting role again. We don't have a ton of picks, so we do kind of have to make do with what we got. Tristan Thompson adding a veteran center behind Bam Adebayo, not a bad idea whatsoever. So, welcome to the team, Tristan Thompson. Celtics legend Tristan Thompson brought the Kardashian curse to Boston. I will see you guys at the start of year number 2. Year number 2 for us here in Miami. I would say we definitely made some pretty good additions to this team. I think PJ Washington's going to be a huge addition in that starting 5. It really does suck to see Lowry kind of down to a 79. He's not the 77 that I thought he potentially could be, but hey, 79, I can live with it. Hopefully has a similar year productive-wise as last year, and I can live with it, man. I don't really care about overall as long as the numbers are there. Him and Duncan Robinson going to remain our backcourt, followed by Jimmy Butler, who we did sign to a maximum contract extension. Also, I do want to touch on this for a second because obviously Jimmy, I think it's now official that he's signed the extension. If not, I think they're just crossing some T's, dotting some I's, whatever it may be. I personally don't know how I feel about paying Jimmy Butler $50 million when he's 35, 36 years old. I like Jimmy a lot, man. I think he's one of the more underrated stars of our time over the past however many years he's been in the league. What is it, 10 years now? What was he drafted, 20? Yeah, 10 years. I mean, he obviously hasn't been a star for 10 years, but you know what I'm saying. So I think he's one of the more underappreciated stars over the past 5, 6, 7, whatever you want to call it, years. But $50 million for Jimmy Butler when he's 35, 36 years old, that might put you in a little bit of a tough spot, if I'm being honest with you, man. Look, I know that's what NBA contracts are. It seems like guys are only getting paid more these days. But that's a lot of money. And I get it. You want to bring him back. Your championship window is now. But that might bite you in the ass at some point. Just going to put it out there. PJ Washington, the new pickup as our starting power forward, followed by Bam Adebayo, our all-star center. Bench unit actually is going to be pretty important here. Tyler Hero is going to be playing 24 minutes tonight as our sixth man again. You know, Kyle Lowry is now 36, 37 years old. So we'll see. Followed by Keith Paula, Tristan Thompson, and then James Bouknight. So good mix of youth and a couple, and actually really just one veteran off the bench. But wearing Ray Allen's old number. Interesting. We were a 4 seed last year, man. Lost in the first round of Milwaukee at 47 wins. I would like to be a little bit better than that this year. I hopefully like to make it to at least the East Finals. Then hopefully, I mean, I'd like to win a championship, but I'm trying to be somewhat realistic here. So we will see, but I will see you guys at the end of year number 2. Didn't catch our record this year, unfortunately. I seamlessly scroll through Twitter the entire time a season is simming, but Nikola Jokic is your MVP. His second career one at 26 points, 15 boards, almost 9 assists. He's a robot, dude. We were a 1 seed here in the East. Sharif Cooper, Rookie of the Year in Utah. Jalen Smith, 6th Man of the Year in Phoenix. Jonathan Isaac, he wins one every single. Tatum led the league in scoring. 3 to 5 year window. Jason Tatum will win an MVP award. Bookmark it. Evan Mobley, Most Improved, and Eric Spoelstra, Coach of the Year. So 55 and 27, good enough for a 1 seed here. Minnesota, 1 seed over there in the West. Up and coming, to say the least. Bam led us in scoring, followed by Jimmy Butler. PJ Washington was a tremendous addition, probably, I mean, in the scoring department anyways. I mean, obviously had a couple rebounds there, but I'll take it. Tyler Hero. Kyle Lowry, honestly not bad. I mean, Hero's probably putting up close to, I mean, not really better numbers, I would say. I mean, shooting-wise, he's shooting a little bit better. 3-point percentage, he's shooting a little bit better. I mean, Kyle Lowry has him in the assist departments, and, I mean, he barely has him in the scoring department. So I'm still going to go with the veteran, Duncan Robinson, James Bouknight, Thompson, Keziak Paula. Rebounds was obviously Bam, and assists was Jimmy Butler. Philadelphia here in the first round. Maxey, Adrian Griffin Jr. They moved on from Brickell. Oh, no. They're just paying Rookie of the Year Ben Simmons off the bench. Okay, let's go ahead and sim this first round right here, and we win in 7. I would have sucked if I, made fun of them and they beat me. Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Pat Williams. I know DeRozan's on the team, as I mentioned. Oh, Mikal Bridges, a good addition. I know, as I mentioned, people still comment this like, hey, man, why aren't they updated? Because I don't have 15 fucking hours to sit on this horrible game and update every single thing as it happens. We get swept? Oh, man, who shit the bed here? I would like to see... It takes a second to go from round to round because for whatever reason we jump back like 6 2Ks whenever I try to sim this or switch rounds. Conference semifinals. I mean, I don't like nobody was really necessarily horrible. Like I'd maybe like Jimmy to be in the 20+ department. Washington was solid. I mean Robinson was even improved. I don't know, man. That sucks. In the Wizards, seriously. And the Timberwolves are winning a finals. So let's just go over some things. The Minnesota Timberwolves and the New Orleans Pelicans have won a finals in this video. Most realistic simulation basketball game out there. I preach that they changed some things for 2K22. All right, real quick, just going to do this. We're good there. Draft lottery time. We definitely don't have a pick here. There's no way. Yeah, I don't think we had that Rockets pick. I don't know what sort of swap it was, but we don't have it. Spurs, Magic, Cavs, your top 3 right now. Signing, Spo's not going anywhere, man. He has good ratings. I'm not firing Eric Spoelstra. I don't think there's a chance the Miami Heat do that anytime soon. So no picks in this year's draft. I'm going to have to make a decision on what I want to do with some of these guys here. Tyler Hero's officially a free agent. I do definitely want to pay him. So yeah, man. Do I want to start Lowry? I don't know. I don't. Oh shit! I don't have a pick. I mean, without a doubt, he's not going to be on another team. I mean, this is a Kyle Lowry rebuild. I'm not going to trade him. But it's definitely possible that he could come off the bench. I did that with DeMar DeRozan in my Bulls rebuild yesterday, and it's definitely possible today if I do want to start Tyler Hero. So we might make a decision very shortly. I'm going to go ahead and give Hero a max contract. Same goes with PJ Washington. This is the final season. I'm not trading either of them. So they can both come back on their restricted qualifying offers and then go ahead and play for me on the cheap because 2K, again, loves that glitch, man. So hypothetically, this roster is kind of filled out, man. Again, I think 2K doesn't give Duncan Robinson nearly the credit that he deserves. I think he's another one of those guys that 2K just shits on for no apparent reason. But I don't know. I have to make some sort of small move. I don't know really what it's going to be hypothetically. I think I'll probably... I just don't know. I don't want to run it back with the same squad that hasn't made it even to an East Finals yet, but, like, I don't really want to trade Tyler Hero. I can't trade Kyle Lowry. I'm obviously not trading Jimmy or Bam. Peter Washington was solid, so maybe it's Duncan Robinson. I like Duncan Robinson a lot, but he's kind of the odd man out, I would say, at this point. I mean, statistically, it wouldn't really make sense for me to trade Tyler Hero. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to probably try to find a Duncan Robinson trade. I love the guy. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the entire league, but I got to win a championship, and we haven't even made a Eastern Conference Finals yet, so I'll see you guys with a move. So I just actually tried to trade for Fred VanVleet, who is coming. I just had a stroke saying that. Fred VanVleet, who is having actually a pretty good year. He was 19 points a game, 8.5 assists. I would have loved to add him to the squad. I would also like to add Coby White to this team, man. 21 points, 3.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists on 47.5% from the field and 42% from beyond the arc. He would be a tremendous addition to this team. I have no idea if they would take this. I believe I'd probably run Hero at the 2 guard there. I just need to make some sort of upgrade, man, and it wasn't really happening any other way. I tried to throw both times in the deal for Fred VanVleet, Thompson, and Okpala. Unfortunately, they weren't really having it, so they can't afford Thompson here. I'd be willing to give you Okpala, but they can't afford Okpala. So I guess I'm going to try with Bouknight. This is a lot, man, and they do agree to that. So I didn't want to trade James Bouknight. I like James Bouknight a lot, but I had to do something to upgrade this team, man. It's the final season here, and we're probably losing a little bit of defense here. I would definitely say in the backcourt department with Kyle Lowry coming off the bench now, but I just had to do something. I couldn't leave it the same way. So I wanted to use Bouknight for the other year. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get to the chance to do it here. So I think I'm probably going to sign up Bryn Forbes to come off the bench. Actually, what's Bryn Forbes' defensive rating? Yeah, that's not going to do it for me. I'm actually, Eric Bledsoe's going to regress. All right, let's sort this by defensive rating, like perimeter D. Eric Bledsoe would obviously be a tremendous addition defensively, but he's 33. He's going to probably go down to like a 74. Actually, screw it. I don't really care. Bring another veteran off the bench. We're going to sign Eric Bledsoe. I don't need Bryn Forbes. Welcome to the team. All right, that is our 9-man rotation we are officially running here for the final season. It sucks that he just regresses like this and stuff, but that's, I mean, 37. It's not completely unfair, and I'm not saying that it's absolutely criminal. He's an 80 overall right now. I'm just saying that it's like I just wish he was like an 82 or an 83, but it's okay. We'll see what Coby White can do coming off a career year. I will see you guys at the start of the third and final season. Final year here for us in Miami. We have not even made an Eastern Conference Finals, and we are trying to win a Finals in 1 year basically now, man. So, it does suck about Kyle Lowry. He's one of those guys that just regresses. And look, he's 37 years old. It's not absolutely crazy that he's down on a couple overalls. I mean, it's not DeMar DeRozan when he's 32 going down to a 78 overall. It's not that bad, but it still just kind of sucks for the rebuild today, man, because I do 3-year rebuilds here today. So, Coby White, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, PJ Washington, Bam Adebayo going to be the starting 5 here for us in the final season. We definitely lose a little bit of defense in the backcourt bench and Kyle Lowry, but I do think it's going to help us overall. If something's not working by the deadline, I'll probably go ahead. I mean, if I'm not seamlessly scrolling through Twitter, I'll probably go ahead and make some sort of change in the lineup, and of course, I'll let you guys know. But as of now, that's how it's going to look. Our bench unit, Kyle Lowry, Tristan Thompson, Kizzy Okpala, and Eric Bledsoe, who is, yes, down to a 74 overall, 75 with the morale boost. So here goes nothing, man. I'll see you guys at the end of the third and final year. So second season in a row, we are 1 seed here in the Eastern Conference. Again, it didn't really mean much last year come playoff time. We lost in the second round. I'm definitely trying not to do the same this year. Nikola Jokic, your MVP, third career. Kihei Clark, Rookie of the Year in Houston. Montrezl Harrell, Sixth Man of the Year. You can ignore the fact he's still in LA. Isaac Stevens, Player of the Year. Patrick Williams does win Most Proofs. Bo, we went 61-21. I guess our backcourt additions did make some, changes in the positive department. But Coby White's a monster here. I need him and Hero to just absolutely put up numbers here. I mean, Jimmy's scoring is down a little bit. So here's the hoping man. Rebounds. Bam Adebayo, assists, Jimmy Butler. We got the Washington Wizards, who, did they beat us last year, or was it Chicago we beat us last year? This team's made some crazy-ass improvements, but I need to beat them, man. I need this team to at least win I need a championship here. I do. Cole Anthony, R.J. Hampton, Brandon Miller, Jonathan Isaac, Wendell Carter Jr. Nice young core there in Orlando. We sweep them. Moving on to Philadelphia, who we did beat last year. They put Brickleberry back in the starting lineup. They have Adrian Griffin Jr., David Nwaba. Interesting. Son of a bitch. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? Okay, at least Simmons didn't win Finals MVP. I get frustrated with these rebuilds that I'm kind of limited in the moves I can make, man. But yeah, that was the Kyle Lowry Miami Heat rebuild. I think this team has, especially defensively come playoff time, kind of that it mentality that they can definitely wrap it around and probably win a championship. I don't think it's necessarily the craziest thing in the world, but I also think the retirement home over there in LA definitely has a chance for the next season to win the finals. I'm not making my finals prediction right now, but I'm just saying that team's looking scary over there with LeBron and the rest of the grandfathers. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this one. As I mentioned, I am going out of town this weekend, so I'm pre-recording a bunch of videos. I have to do 2 tonight and 2 tomorrow night. This is Wednesday night I'm recording this one. So if some things get updated by the time you guys see the next rebuild or even this one tomorrow, I do apologize. But again, there's not much I can do because I want to get a video out every day. 66-day upload streak now, man. It's kind of crazy. But I'm not going to keep this one on for too long because we are officially getting into 5-season prospect rebuilds. So that is going to be coming out tomorrow. I'm about to record that right now. So it's an Evan Mobley Cavs rebuild if you guys made it to this point of the video. So that pretty much wraps this one up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you guys all in the next one.